everyone, this is Sylvia from SSW. Today I'd like to demonstrate a cool functionality of TimePro called iterations. This is how you could break down a large invoice into smaller chunks. Let's dive right in. TimePro is a timesheet and invoicing system. For example, if we are working for a client Northwind and for their project e-commerce platform, employees would log their time in timesheets and then we will send them an invoice with the sale total. This will work really nice until the clients want a final breakdown of their invoice. For example, we could have timesheets working on different PBIs, and some are for feature requests, others for bug fixes, and the clients perceive them differently, as some could be capitalized costs and others are expenses. So instead of knowing a project total, they are more interested in seeing them separate on their invoice. In a different scenario, but also common, we could have a project that goes through several iterations. And instead of knowing the project total in the end, the client is more interested in knowing what each time bucket cost them. So if we could tag that information with our timesheets and reflect that on the invoice, the client would have a better insight of their cost. This is why some clients want to use iteration functionality. Let's go back to TimePro. I have created a new instance of TimePro via this red button here. And here we are in my instance, Northwind Sylvia. You can add a new timesheet by clicking this Add Timesheet button. And then you can choose your client, project, and category. So if we open up the project dropdown, you will see project that with iteration, starting from this badge here, and project that without, so there's no badge. Let's choose e-commerce platform. And as soon as we did that, there is an additional dropdown called iteration. And we can choose from available iterations. You can also add one on the fly by clicking this Add button. So that will take you to your CRM system. In SSW, we use Dynamics 365 CRM system, and that's what TimePro can integrate with. And by the way, this is also where you could configure your project to have iteration on and manage the old ones. So for example, this project, e-commerce platform, this is the exact same one that we see in TimePro. So if you have this use iterations triggered to yes, you will have this tab iterations, and these are the active project iterations that you can use. You can add a new one here as well, or edit the old ones. So let's go back to TimePro. In this dropdown, I will just pick Epic 2 because I have created a few for Epic 1 already, and fill in the rest of the information. So let's say I'm working on the landing page. And add. All right, so now we have a timesheet with iteration. You can also see all the project with iteration by going into Admin, Iterations tab. So here we will say Northwind, and we can tell that it has 2 projects with iteration. We will just check one. Yes, so this is exactly the same iterations that we saw before in CRM system. You can also do a manual trigger of sync if you have updated something in your CRM. All right, so now we have a timesheet with iteration. Let's see how it looks in the invoice. Go to Invoices module, New Invoice. Choose the client, Northwind, save. It has found 8 unallocated timesheets. We don't need all of that, so I will just allocate the one for e-commerce platform. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so 4 of them, they are billable now. The numbers are showing in the invoice total. And let's look at the PDF version. So scroll down to View, PDF Invoice, choose a template that can read iteration. All right, so now this is the invoice the client would see. So we can see that for a single project e-commerce platform, there are 2 sections, and one for iteration Epic 1 and the other one for Epic 2. And instead of just seeing the project total, now we can see a iteration subtotal as well. This is how you could break down a large invoice by iteration. So this is the iteration functionality of TimePro. Let me know what you think. This is Sylvia from SSW. See you in the next one.